Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live with Reaper Golf Videos, aka the Century Countess. Um, this is for those who may not show up or who will watch this later. I just figured it'd be best to do a chit chat, a little bit of an update. Because I haven't been posting many videos for a minute. I've been posting about maybe one or two videos. And we will have tea eventually. We're making it right now. Right now, we just have to settle with water until the tea gets made. Hey, Red Bull Princess, how are you? Love you too, Red Bull Princess. You have a great day. Great day, and I hope everything goes well. Uh, so anyway, this is a couple of updates and a couple of announcements, and I apologize for the notifications that you hear peening. We also got a new notification. The werewolf notification is gone, and a quick explanation why. There was somebody that I have cut out of my life, and let's just say they sort of mimicked the werewolf notification. And every time when I hear that notification, it's like their mimicking pops up into my head. So I just finally was like, you know what? I have to change it. I have to change it. So I found another sound effect, and we've decided to go with that. So if you hear something that sounds like a demonic laugh, that's the new sound effect. So the werewolf voice is gone. So that's semi news. So if you hear, yeah, so that's just, that's not big news. That's just like, just you'll hear new notification noise, but you'll still hear some familiar ones. All right. Also, we have been pushing back some of our new series that we've been working on. For example, Cult of Rose will be postponed a little bit longer than expected. It's just my schedule. And the reason why is my schedule has bumped up. So I haven't had time to kind of do my little animations or anything. We will still be doing like short stories and stuff, kind of like um, our Kardashian complex video, which I will admit is based on true events. There are people who have what I call the Kardashian complex. Some people call them the princess complex, and it's not princesses in Disney or anything. It's princesses in almost like borderline Karen, I'm going to tell you what to do, and if you're my friend, you're going to do it type of complex. Anyway, be right back. The tea is ready. I should say the hot water's ready. So we have the little tea bag in there. We're going to let that steep. All right, let me think real quick. What else do I have to update? A little bit of a life update. We are still on top. We're still on the list for new housing. Unfortunately, we haven't heard any update on how far we are on the list. We are literally still waiting, still hoping for news of some kind. And so we're still stuck here, but they haven't cashed out the check that we sent out for our rent. So we're wondering what's going on with there. We can't really approach them about it because it's hard to explain, but basically they said, they're trying to encourage people to pay online. I do not want to pay online. I am sick and tired of paying stuff online. Um, and plus, when I was a kid, we were taught how to write checks. We were taught, we had to basically, and I can't tell you how many times I've had to write, print it out, fake checks, practice checks as a kid in school, and being told this is how you're going to be, buying groceries and stuff. So I'm the sort that's like, you know what? I want to, I just, like I was taught all of it, and now we're in an era where the stuff that I have been taught is no longer irrelevant. It's still irrelevant, but not as big and important as it used to be. Now there's an option around it, but I would prefer to stick with writing checks because, like I said, when you're taught all of that and then you're told, this is how you're going to do it for the rest of your life. And then when you finally get to the adulthood and then what you've been told that you're going to be doing for the rest of your life is not going to happen. And you're like, in a way, it's almost like you went through torture for nothing. So I was taught it. I might as well use what I've been taught. So if they are upset about it, it's on them. It's oh shit! I grabbed my brush and then I accidentally grabbed the stem of my tea and I just literally hosed myself with tea. So I basically baptized myself with some tea. That's lovely. Ugh. So let me see. What else do I have to update on? Yeah, we are thinking about doing recipes. We're going to be doing another recipe. We may do a playlist. I'm unsure. However, we will be seeing if we can change the title of a playlist. For those of you who've seen my Killer Clown playlist, we are going to be changing it to a makeup playlist. So we don't have to make another playlist that's just for makeup. We want to do we're basically trying to do, keep things that are connected to one place. So the playlist will be changed. Oh, hey, Anna, how are you? Chat and waffles. I love that. So a few things, Anna, that I've already mentioned. We're about to alter our playlists. We have a few playlists. One of them is the Killer Clown makeup. We are changing the title to maybe makeup looks. That way we can put all of our makeup videos in one section. That way it's all in one section. The upcoming makeup videos that we'll be doing on our channel. Also, we are postponing Cult of Rose for a little bit because my schedule has gotten really busy, so I haven't been able to work on that. So it's going to be a little while longer before we can even get an episode or two up on the channel. Oh, nice. Waffles for supper. Lovely. Let's see what else. And then they still haven't cashed my check for rent. And they've been trying to encourage us to do it online. And I think it's their way of being like, we don't want to go to a bank and cash your checks anymore. But it's like, all my life when I was a kid, I was told, you need to remember how to write a check. You need to practice how to write a check. And all of us in school were given printouts of fake checks to fill out so we could have it memorized on how to write a check when the day comes when we could actually write a check. So it's like I feel like, all that stuff that I was taught is for nothing. And I feel like I really need to just maintain that, because it's like it would be basically in my head, I was tortured for nothing. So I'd rather, continue writing the checks, because it's like how, literally, if you're taught how to do it and you're like literally, if you're taught how to do it and you're like told this is how you're going to do it as an adult, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm not going to basically like, just because there's a loophole around it now does not mean I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm still going to do it. Oh, wow. I'm still going to do it as long as I'm able to do it. And I did check their online thing, and there is a way where you can just sign in as a guest and fill it out that way. So I was like, okay, well, if it comes to it, I might just have to do it that way. But we're gonna wait till that check gets cashed, because the last thing I need is for them to decide to finally cash the check after I paid it online. So it would just make no sense. You know what I mean, you guys? So it's not my fault, because I paid it on the first. I went to the mailbox. I mailed it off. I did a video recording of me mailing it. I even made an audio recording of the day I did it. So, and a screenshot. So there's proof that that check exists. There's proof that that check was sent out. And if it's not enough for them, I'll be like, okay, I'll just pay it online. If you say it's late, well, it's not really late, because it's it's not really late, because once I put that check in the mailbox, it's on them. I agree, Anna. I agree. I So I'm slightly stressed out about that. And here's the thing, I'm getting paid soon. So it's like it's so funny that I'm the one that's getting paid, but it's like they're not wanting any of my money. So I'm like, okay, is this the sign that they want me out of here? Because I will be honest, I haven't done anything. The only thing I've done is exist. And the only people that I've offended are the people that, don't like gay, golf, and all that jazz. They prefer their outdated beliefs. If it's not outdated beliefs, it's snorting up crack. Or both. We've also changed our notification. So the werewolf sound tone is gone. It's replaced with something more crazier. So I just wanted to pre-warn you in case you hear it, because you know my phone. You know my phone. My phone will always, unless I remember to turn the notification, to mute the notification, it will have it say. Ugh. And today is a chill day. Our friend is not feeling too well today. They're at home, but I did ask them to let me know if they need me to walk their dogs. So they said they would. And so I'm just semi ready if that happens. Oh, let me see. Look, so my tenants pay the. That happens. Well, as long as they continue paying. Ugh. But we have the golf gathering coming up. I'm really excited about that. I already have my outfit planned. Uh, we're contemplating what we're gonna do with the makeup. Seeing what we have. Hold on, while I'm thinking about it, let me just see what I have. Okay. Oh, good. We still have some of this sunset makeup, which keeps raising up in price. Unfortunately, it's now 20. It's like now it's 20 something dollars. Used to it was like 15 after tax. Now it's 20. Yes, very true, very true. A lot of people are going to be doing that. By the way, Anna, did you see the new hold on. Hey Lisa, how are you? They did it, somebody did a video about it's Black Friday. Have any of you seen the video? But yeah, there's a video. Somebody made a video about it's Black Friday. Hold on, let me just see for those who are it's Black Friday friends, followers or fans. I mean, not friends. Oh shit, wrong thing. I can never think. I can only think of the first half of the person's name, but I can never think of the of the full username. If it will pop up. Let's see. Will it? There it goes. All right. Have you seen this new video? Somebody did a whole thing about it's Black Friday, and I was kind of shocked. There are some things I can't really say no to, and there's some things that I'm like, are you absolutely sure? What did you think of it, Lisa? The part that you saw, what did you think of it? Do you agree or do you call BS? It's interesting, Anna. I will admit the person got some of this information wrong. Um, but I will say it was they probably started doing their research before. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt about that, but they referred to, I think they got her age wrong by 2 years, and then I think and then they also deleted a kid. They forgot to mention they mentioned 2 kids instead of 3 because she's a mother of 3 now. I am in the same boat, Lisa. I'm in the same boat. There are some things that she did explain that is like, okay, that the whole thing about the tickets to the live stream wedding. Okay, that I can't argue with because she explained her point. The other stuff, I'm like, I don't know what to think. So I didn't comment or anything because I've been following that person and I've commented on a few of their things, but it's just when it comes to that, it's like it I it's hard. It's like I need more info. I need more info because they keep referring to their source as a source, and it sounds like their source knows. Well, from the way that they were talking about this person, they know this person. This person that their source knows it's Black Friday personally. So I don't know. But when they were talking about the relationship of Mattias and it's Black Friday, it's kind of weird because there's another golf YouTuber on this channel. They didn't go into depth about the relationship, but they did explain it in a way that basically debunked rumors, debunked any form of. Hold on, I'm sorry, you guys. There is something on my screen that is just irritating me. Okay, I got it off. Okay, one sec, Anna. Let me upload it again for you. Let me see. But they go into deep, they go into like a deep dive. Hold on. But here is. So that's the name of the channel, Riley and not Ilana or Elena. And then this is the title of the video. Let me kind of zoom in a bit so everybody can see it. It's ReillyElaina. And then, she has other people that she's talked about on the channel, on their channel. But it's like when I saw the one for It's Black Friday, I was like, oh my. Because I was kind of scared for a moment because some of the people that she's been talking about have been, I don't want to say it on my stream, but let's just say some of them have been really bad. So it's like I'm hoping whatever she was going to say about It's Black Friday had nothing connected to that. But I will say I don't know. I'm kind of like Lisa. I don't know. I can't really say what I think about it, but because I don't really know how I think about it, because let's just say it's kind of shocking, some of the stuff you've been told that was explained, and then some of it, it's like only, like I said, only one thing that she explained, and she had sources to explain, sources, so evidence of, I guess you could refer to it, that explained one thing, but that incident was before I started following It's Black Friday, so I didn't know that she had arranged tickets for a live stream wedding. Yeah, it is pretty long, Anna. She goes into a deep dive. She goes into a real deep dive, but she even goes, I will admit, it's kind of violating in a way when you think about it, because she addresses Black Friday by their full real name. I mean, I already know that their first name is Freya, but it's like they address them by their full, like their first and last name. And then they even bring up Black Friday's mother, and you hear stories about the mother, and I'm like, oh my. But it was just like some of it's pretty shocking, and some of it like was like it helped me with answers, but I can't really agree with some of those answers because I've already heard an answer from another source. I can't think of that person's name, and it's been a while since I saw that video, but they're a golf YouTuber who said that they knew It's Black Friday personally around the time when they were dating Mattias, her first husband. And she explained the whole Mattias and It's Black Friday relationship thing, and it wasn't as people have thought it was. Uh, so and then I listened to their version, and I'm like, okay. It sounds similar to how I heard how it was explained by that other YouTuber, but with a few things added. But whoever this source is, because I'm going to refer to them as Riley or Ray. Their source, they explain, actually knows it's Black Friday, so this person knows a good bit about Black Friday. So, and they didn't say who the source is; they just referred to them as the source. So, it's an interesting video. It is lengthy. Have coffee, have snacks. But it goes into a deep dive, including videos that I mean, there are some videos that were posted on there that I've seen, and then there's some videos that I have not. And the one thing that they were talking about was during the time when they were with Mr. Al the first round before Mattias came into the picture. But yeah, I thought I'd share it because I need a second opinion. I need somebody's a second opinion on how they felt when they, if they've saw it. Oh, let's see. Oh, wow. Yeah, occasionally we will have an earthquake here. Not often, but it's not as, we don't even notice it. I think the last earthquake, I slept right through it because it was like, I want to say late at night when it happened. But people insisted that an earthquake happened. I will say this, if a mega earthquake ever happened, this entire area will be underwater. Because the area where I am is man made built. It's man made built land built on floating logs, dirt, and all this whatnots. I should say prehistoric wood now. So if an earthquake ever happens, this entire section of Seattle that I'm living in right now will collapse into the ocean. Oh, wow. Also, I wanted to mention that our little ghost, I don't know if I should refer to it as a ghost story or a horror story, but our little story about the the history of old Seattle, that's now referred to as underground Seattle, will be also postponed. We want to try to. There was a documentary, and I wanted to try to get names of the people. I wanted to try to get a full detail. I didn't want to be like, so this guy was doing his job and he stepped outside for a moment. When he came back, there was a great big fire. I didn't want to do something like that. Oh, wow. I will admit the closest thing I can get to an earthquake presently is if I turn the on button to my vibrating bed. My bed vibrates, I didn't know. Oh, hey Lucky, how are you? Good to see you, Lucky. Hey, Aody, how are you? Good to see you guys. Welcome, welcome. This is a little bit of a relaxed day. The hair is down, no makeup, just chill day. No worries, Aori. It's fine, it's fine. I did, Lucky. I did a video of it. I will have to find a chain extension because I tried to put. One sec, you guys. Let me turn off my notifications. So anyway, as I was saying, Lucky, I did love the necklace. Oh my, it reflects. It's almost like, I don't know what material that they use to make the necklace, but it has like, it's almost like a mirror. Okay, I got that turned off, so that's not going to disturb. That's not going to cut me off when I'm talking. So yeah, but I am going to have to get a chain extender or a new chain because it's not as long around my neck, so I can't wear it just yet. But I am going to try to get a necklace extender so I can extend it or get a new chain for it. But yeah, I did do a box opening of it, and I have it right here. Hold on, one of my earrings is stuck on it. I have it in my little mini jewelry box. But I have it here, and I want to try to get a chain extender for it because it just does not go fully around my neck. But here it is, and it does have a reflection. It like literally it can reflect on the little cross points that I do have some extenders, but hold on. Speaking of the extenders, they are, I don't know how that, oh, hold on, I got it. I do have some extenders, but they're like gold and they don't match, and I don't want, and so I'm going to have to try to see if I can find ones in a black color so they match, so it will match up and it won't be too noticeable when I add the extender. But I really love it, Lucky. Thank you so much. Oh yes, it is gorgeous, and I cannot wait to wear it. I need to get an extender chain that matches the chain, or if I can get a new chain entirely. But it is, there is a video of the box opening. It is on our gift and box haul playlist. And speaking of playlists, I did mention it before, but since you guys are here, I'm going to mention it now. I am planning on changing some of the titles of my playlists. For example, my Killer Clown makeup playlist, I'm planning to change that to just makeup episodes. That way, I can just add my upcoming makeup videos to that, and instead of making like a makeup video for this or a makeup video of that, it would just, it will keep everything in one place, for lack of a better word. Oh shit! Oh, I had a catch in my knee. My bad. Okay. And let's see. We will be postponing our series Cult of Rose because, as you guys know in some of my past videos, my schedule has changed. I'm literally going out daily literally almost daily, Monday through Friday to help with a friend take care of their animals while they're at work, and I'm getting paid for it, which is awesome. That takes most of my time. Um, so yeah, we are postponing that for now because we haven't really had time to do animations or anything. We only got like one little animation done of an episode, but that episode won't be seen until like much later because that is in trying to think, the Stuart era of England. Yes, the Stuart era, right before Cromwell. So we can't show that episode just yet. Very true, Lucky. Very true. Also, we are going to be doing a clip show of the fancy villa that's on The Sims 4. We're not doing a playthrough of it on a stream just yet. And in fact, I'm waiting to do stuff like that when I get my new place. And then, but we will be doing like screenshots of us renovating there's this area in Sims 4. So the Sims 4, you have access to worlds, and then if you pay for packs or kits, you can unlock more worlds. And there's this one world called Oakcrest, I believe, and it's just a blank slate. So you have to fill it. You have to basically build your own houses. So what I do is I like to go into the gallery and grab a house that's close to what I want, and then I just alter the exterior and then change out the furniture. And just to transform it. In the beginning, I wasn't very good at it either, Lisa. So I'm kind of glad that The Sims 4 has kind of changed a bit. It's kind of helped a little bit. And also, I like to unlock the cheats, which helps me, which literally, it makes my character richer more so I can be able to get stuff. Let's see, and then I'm trying to think. Also, in Oakcrest, I've already set up the neighborhood. I'm just like right now, I'm working on Fancy Villa, and there's other places that I'm working on. If I get bored with working on Fancy Villa, I work on another section. And then I'm trying. Let me see. Think. I'm trying to remember everything. I'm putting in the characters. Like, there's going to be lore in the Oakcrest section. So it's going to be like, in a way, it's going to be kind of like a weird series because, you have Mr. Fancy Man. So it's basically going to be my world, my characters all in one segment. But we have to work with what we can. There's going to be some characters that are not going to be in that world just yet until they add stuff to that we can use that will look similar to the character's outfit and stuff. Hello, Jenny. How are you? Like, for example, we can't really add well, actually you probably could. But we'll look into that. But we want to add Frika into this world, but we can't really add her just yet until somebody makes a mummy costume without the top part, so she can just have the mummy body, the bandages, and then you got Frika. Let's see, but we want to try to add a couple of NPC characters that I would never portray, but they're part of the lore of the main characters. Like for example, Baron von Snob's parents. We have Madame Plum, and then his father, Ambassador Pukes. Yeah, we're trying our best to try to get the whole thing set up. We also want to try to get the characters leveled up. We want them to be ready for when we do streams in that world. So we want to get the well, so we're taking our time now just to get the world ready, and we are going to do a video on the process of that, which is going to take a teeny bit. Yeah, exactly, Lucky. Basically, that version, the Sims version of all my characters. So it's almost going to be kind of like a visual version of the Fashion Palace Hotel series, but without the Fashion Palace Hotel. It's almost going to be like a neighborhood version of it. We're also plotting to change some things as well because there are it's mainly just housing areas. There's no entertainment or anything, so we have to come up with some sections that make sense. So there will be possibly some sacrifices of stuff that we've already put together, unfortunately. Exactly. All those characters, including NPC characters that are connected to those characters. It's going to be a very interesting lore. And it's going to be very fun making those characters and putting them together. I just have to make sure I I can get the world right because we have the area where Mr. Fancy Man lives. Everything's fancy and rich, and then in one segment I want to put something that's more eccentric, and then in one section something something that's more activity wise, but I want to make sure that I just want to make sure it makes sense because there's some segments that need just I need it to make sense. It needs to work out good, otherwise it's not going to go too well. And then another thing is I have to get it active because there's not that many people around in that world right now. In fact, we have another character that's there that we're planning to completely alter. We just need to finish their house. They're already living in the character. They're already living in that house. We just need to change the character's name. We need to change their appearance. We need to kind of make them look as morbid and as close to the visual of that world as possible. And when I go into Plum Villa, that's going to probably start connecting characters because we need the Madame Plum to connect Baron von Snobs with the Fancy Brothers to that way you tell them they're cousins or something just to make sure that there's relations. So you have to add family, you have to add a family tree, that type of thing. Let me see what else. Let me unplug my charger, my portable charger, because our phone is charged. Okay, that's all done. Let me see. Still waiting on them to cash my check. My rent, they still haven't grabbed the money out from my rent. And payday's almost here, so it's kind of funny that I'm going to be the one getting paid, but they still haven't took the money out. So that's kind of comical. Comical, and I'm like, why are you guys not doing it? It's like, and plus, if somebody stole my check, there would have been proof that it's been stolen, but it hasn't. So I'm trying not to be nervous about it because the month did start late. Like the first week of the month was like 3 days. So I'm hoping that maybe sometime tomorrow or Friday or maybe early of next week we see that they cashed it out, because this is scary. Thank you, Lucky. I do need that because that's the one thing that I'm stressing. Also, we have to reschedule Josette's appointment. Things did not go too well, and we missed Josette's appointment. So those are the two stress things of this month: is we need to reschedule Josette's appointment. We need to hopefully hope, and we need to like literally see $294 taken out of our account for rent. I agree, Aodi. I was thinking the same thing this morning. I was literally thinking the same thing this morning. I just told myself, if that's the case, whoever's doing it, I hope they get caught and I hope they lose their job and they replace them with somebody that actually wants to do their job. Because literally, when I was a kid in school, we were given all these practice checks, like these fake cartoony checks. And we were told we had to practice, like we had to do 12 of them a day. And it was part of, I think it was part of math in elementary or something. But we were told we had to do 12 of them a day and then do our regular math, our math problem books, etc. And it just, and then you're told when you grow up, this is what you're going to use, this is how you're going to, buy stuff, groceries and stuff. And then when you get to an adult, they create loopholes where you don't have to do that. But it's like I don't want to be tortured for nothing. So what I was taught, I try to maintain, because it's like if I was taught how to do it, I want to do it. I don't want to be taught and it's been all for nothing. You know what I mean? So we want to see. But I did look online because I have been told dark stories about paying rent online to my apartment complex. And you guys know the dark stories that I've shared about my apartment building. But long story short, I've heard that they keep information even when the people move out. And I was told this from somebody who I stayed in contact with, who moved out, who explained this to me, that they were still getting money taken, even though they've been long gone out of the system of this building. But they do have a guest option where you can sign in as a guest and the information is automatically deleted after you pay the rent. So I was thinking of doing something like that. That way the information isn't saved, just to be safe. So I'm thinking about doing something like that, but we'll see. We'll see. It just depends if they cash this check, but I don't want to do it now because I want this check cashed. I don't want to do it now, and then they try to cash the check, and then they take double my money. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Aodi. I might have to do that online manually from now on if they're going to take this long to cash a check because this is ridiculous. Yeah, that's what ours has here is one time an automatic option. So I want to try to do it one time because like I said, after all the stuff that's been going on in our building, I don't want them to have permanent information because I don't know if I mentioned this, if any of you were here when I mentioned it. They want us to do documentation of what all we spent every month. And it's none of their business, but they say it's a requirement here. And it's none of their business. So I'm not really going to worry about it until they're like begging me to do it. Nor have I, Ahodi, to be honest. I just started rewriting checks, I want to say back in 2021 or 2022. And it was all because I had to change my bank because and that's a whole other story. That's a whole other can of worms there with the bank that I used to have. Yes, I do, Anna. I will, like I said, in past, I will be honest, when I first moved here, we had a decent landlord. Everything was run smoothly. If somebody broke the rules and it was the type of rule that did not have a warning, if you violated something that was like automatic termination, you were automatically terminated. So whoever decided, I'm not going to say their name, but I'm going to refer to them as Lazy Butt. Lazy Butt used to be a life coach here. Lazy Butt was was like extremely hard to get a hold of. So it's like the moment you saw them is the moment you pounce to get, your to-dos done. Because the moment, you blinked, they would be gone and you would probably luck out. So Lazy Butt somehow got a promotion. Lazy Butt, from the stories that I've heard, is in some serious trouble. Lazy Butt is still in their position while they're dealing with this trouble, which is fraud related, I hear. Lazy Butt is hiring best friends. Some of these best friends do not have management positions. In the past, like I said, our manager is a hairdresser. And I'm assuming that and the stories that I've heard was Lazy Butt offered the job to our manager. Our new manager refused. Lazy Butt basically forced them to take the position. Manager does not like their job. Manager is lazy as hell. And if you have grievances about the manager, you have to you write a grievance. That grievance goes to Lazy Butt, and I'm sure Lazy Butt just puts it in the shredder because they're too lazy to even replace people who can't do their job. I agree, Aodi. I agree. And it just makes no sense. It makes no sense. It just feels violating. But like I've said, I've done a ploy. I just what I do is I don't add the real stuff that I pay for. I just make sure that I pay, give them false information of what I spend. So every time when I give them the thing, it's down, my account is zero or $3 left because I just have a feeling they want to know this information. So, and they want to know how much we're saving so they can up in our rent. And they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. Hello, Scene. How are you? Welcome welcome to the stream. Hello, Sam Gray. Oh, nice, Scene. How'd that go? Oh, wow. So, is everybody excited for the golf gathering this Friday? I'm thinking of something like that, Iori. I believe Chunky mentioned something about something similar to that. That way, they can't really get access to my full information. Mm. That's the one thing that they haven't asked is my bank information. They just want deductions of what we spend. They have a list of, do you spend your item on this? Do you spend your item on that? I wish I had a copy of the pamphlet so I could show you guys. But I just add stuff to it. I add stuff to it to where it deducts to where it's only $3. I only have $3 a month, which I will admit is a lie. And the reason why I'm not truthful is, like I said, they have no right to know that information. So I'm not giving them accurate information because it's none of their business. And that way, if the plan for that bullshit is to up in my rent, the only thing they're going to be upping my rent is maybe $3 extra, if anything, if they want that $3 extra. But I'm sure they're not. I'm sure they're not. I want to know that too, Anna. And when I asked that, this is their response. Because you're part of insert name of program that got you in here, it is now a requirement. Your manager, um, hairdresser, requested this, and manager hairdresser is besties with Lazy Butt, and lately Lazy Butt has been in trouble, somehow managing to keep their position, even though that they've been under suspicion of fraud. So, and like I said, this is from secondhand. This information is from secondhand, but half of this secondhand information is from people who work here. So I'm only mentioning it because it's from people who work here. So it must be true. Oh, they want to know how much I spend on clothes, how much I spend on rent, stuff that they already know, but then personal stuff like hygiene stuff, clothing, going out, that type of stuff. Stuff that's none of their business. And they don't give us a logical explanation why. So it's like when they do that, it's like, and they say, if you don't do this, you're going to be getting a 10-day notice. So it's already sus. I already documented it. I've documented it, by the way. And, but like I said, I'm not giving them accurate information to protect myself. I'm just like literally. But I will say this, if they ask for deeper stuff, like, can we have your bank info? I'm going to be like, nope. And if that happens, I'm going to my case manager at another program that's not connected to here, letting them know what's going on. And I'm sure as hell that my case manager is going to be like, that is illegal, yada, yada, yada. And whatever action I need to take, I'm going to take to protect myself. I don't think it's legal, Anna, to be honest. I don't think it's legal. It's all sounds shady. And when I shared it the first time with my therapist slash case manager, they gave me a look like, that sounds, they even responded, that is very shady. But like I said, I'm not giving them accurate information to protect myself. Like, for example, if they ask for my bank account information, I'm not giving them my accurate bank account information. And then if they call saying we tried to access your bank, I'm going to be like, you're not supposed to do that. But I'm sure they're not going to be that stupid. I mean, they're already stupid enough asking us for what we spend on our personal self. I hope so. Like I said, I'm literally hoping that I'm not here for another year. I do not want to be here in 2026. I want to be moved out sometime mid 26 in my new place and be able to celebrate the new year in my new apartment in 2027, because in 2027 they're going to raise the rent again. And it's just ridiculous how much rent that they keep asking for. It's like when I first moved in here, you guys, it used to be $215. $215, which was awesome. Then when we got new management, they just kept raising the rent. They kept raising it either $5 every other year, just $5 every other year. Now it's like $5 or $10 every year. Yes, yes, that would be great, Aodi. That is my wish. That is my deep wish for that to happen, because I am just so burnt out of this place. And they're also impatient. Like, I told them if they need a new companion animal letter from my doctor, the soonest I can get to my doctor is the 4th of June. That's as soon as I can get to my doctor. I called them, and there's no other way. I begged them. I said, please, is there any way I can get appointment in sooner? And they said, no. The soonest I could get in was June 4th. Then they tell me in a letter that if I don't have that letter by the 15th of this month, Josette's going to be going. Josette's going to go bye bye. So luckily, I had thank goodness for Chunky and thank goodness for my drag sister, because they found a solution that got me the letter that they wanted, literally. And they haven't said anything. They have not said anything. And I also emailed Crystal, my my life coach, my bad, my life coach. I emailed my life coach with a screenshot, a beautiful clear screenshot of the letter, and I told them that their personal copy is in their mailbox, and they responded that they were coming downstairs to grab it. So I have evidence that they grabbed the letter. And I also sent them a screenshot of the letter. So if they did not have the letter in their mailbox, which I saw the front desk put in their mailbox, I have proof that they still got it because there is a screenshot of that letter for them. So if they say we never got one, I can go back to the letter and be like, you did get one. You got one May 15th, 2026. I even sent you a screenshot and your response was you were coming downstairs to grab it. So if they say you've been here for 11 and they so if they say while waving a finger, you've been here for 11 years and you never did it. I did too. And this, by the way, this is your third copy because I remember giving you 2 copies before. One of the front desks was witness to it. So, and plus, it was one of the requirements for me to move in here. I needed to give them that letter in order to move in here. So, am I here if I never gave them the letter? Oh, hello, alien. How are you? Oh my God, Lisa, wouldn't it would be so great if I did have a friend that had, that had background as a lawyer. If I had a friend who, I mean, I have friends who have been in this type of a field, so they know some of the stuff that's going on in my building is BS and shady. But to have somebody who works or has worked as a lawyer, OMG. OMG. They could come in this building and they could probably chew out the entire staff for fraud. There we go. I'm just not liking my hair today. Do I? Well, there it is. This was actually supposed to be frosted lavender, Lucky, but then for some reason it just turned this color, and I don't know what happened. It was a nice lavender, like a lavender. Well, not no, it didn't turn out lavender, and then we added another color to it to kind of bump it up to try to strengthen it, and it turned out a really nice purple for a few days. Then it turned to pink. So we're like, okay, well, whatever. But we're planning on changing it again because, like, we wanted frosted lavender, and then the color box did not give us frosted lavender, it gave us monstrosity. You have a good night, Anna. Mm. Also, another reason why we haven't done our hair today is because we're thinking about doing We're thinking about doing a skit. Speaking of which, okay, hold on, you guys. All right, let me zoom down a bit. I've never got a chance. Now the bed's not full, and the pillows are everywhere. But we got a new layout. The bed's in a different position now. We put our early housewarming gift on our bed, which is the comforter set that you see. We were going to save it for our apartment, but we decided to put it on early. Speaking of which, we are going to be doing a costume skit. So let me go ahead and grab that out real quick. You see, let me move this out of the way so we can still chat and you guys can see me. I have totes, storage bed totes underneath my bed. And see, I just need to make sure I grab the right one. That's not that one. It's the other one. All right, I'm going to go under the floor. Here we go. All right. We have that out for later. All right, let me see. We've dropped a bird. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I've been working on her. She's still needing some work, but so far, she used to have tiny little black eyes, but we gave her like these ping pong eyeballs. But yeah, we're trying to make her look as crazy as hell. Okay. And what's this? All right. Ooh. But yeah, we're going to be doing a skit later after lunch, probably. We're also contemplating on seeing if we can order something because the budget that we have, at least the amount of money that we can spend without ruining without, is $57. We have $57 to live on until the 25th. So we've been thinking about a curry stew. But yeah, something, something kind of uh heavy, but still kind of soupy, but stewy. We're thinking about doing it in a crock pot. Oh, can you guys see Josie? She's cleaning her tail. And sorry, you guys, I'm just checking something real quick. I know, isn't she cute? Ugh. I just checked my bank account and they still haven't taken the cash out. So I'm like, what the F? All right. Well, we have 50 something to play with. So we'll order our little stew supplies. But anyway, you guys, it is 12:15 in the afternoon. I need to start making lunch. I also need to start preparing for a skit. Keep your eyes peeled for the lookout for the skit. It should be, I don't know if I'll be uploading it today, but I will be filming. Good God, look at my hair. I will be filming the skit today, and I'll be posting it either later today or sometime tomorrow. You guys have a great day. I will see you next time. I will see you at the golf gathering hosted by the awesome Star Raven Gothic Eternity. So until then, you have a great day. Fingers crossed that the rest of this week and goes good for you guys. You'll have a great weekend. Hopefully, we'll see you on the live stream for the golf gathering. Until next time, bye bye.